situation on the road and just hopes to be able to get out and tell about it. The Sooners will kick off first, and here we go. He'll bring it out. Slips through the line. Got a little room. There he goes. Open it up. They won't get him. It's a touchdown.
And you cannot start this game any better than to take the opening kickoff all the way to the house. How about the speed by the return man? Once he got in the open field, that dude was gone. This place is going crazy.
If you can do that, I don't know why you don't do it every time. Reduce the risk. Banged it out of the back of the end zone. They'll put it in play at the 25. So Oklahoma's offense will get first crack at it today. Xavier Robinson, what a game he had last time out. Found pay dirt 3 times, just under 100 yards in their win.
I got to tell you, I've been really impressed watching this team, and specifically the offense now during this win streak. And the biggest thing has been the running back and their ability toting the football. Physical, they're able to stay ahead of the sticks. Defense is just...
There he goes! Made a defender miss. And perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle as he gets him down at the 37.
How nice is it in an offense when you can generate explosive plays by running the football? You got to force feed this guy, man. He is an absolute game changer.
Running inside, it's Robinson. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
That's such a great physical play by the defense, because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction, not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle for loss.
Dropping back, it's Mateer. Spits it out to the back. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit. You know what they need, you know what they want, and you know what they deliver on third down. More cowbell. Looking to throw. And they can't make the play on third down.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're third and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage, so everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
Splits the uprights right down the middle. His opening drive gives them 3.
How nice is it as a head coach to have a kicker like this? It makes these decisions on fourth down so much easier. Just trot him out there and let him stroke it through the uprights.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He gets across the 20 and out to the 21-yard line before he's stopped right there. The Bulldogs offense takes the field for the first time in this game. And when these two guys are in sync the way they were a week ago, just a nightmare. It's a performance they hope they can repeat this week, Jesse.
And I think a big key in that last game was they linked up a couple times early, had some big plays, and then after that, David, it didn't seem like the quarterback was looking anywhere else. They're going to try and establish that connection and that rhythm early in this one.
And defensively, where is the big fella? Like, I got to identify where he is every single snap and give him some extra attention. So if I route him at the line of scrimmage and be physical, have that safety help over the top, I'm not letting him beat me.
9-yard pickup on first down, and now they can take a shot on second and short. Right back to him on the ground. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Throws for the tight end. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
The big tight end tries to make a catch, and you could tell he extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it, and the big tight end couldn't hold on to it.
They make the stop, not a whole lot of ground picked up there, and they'll have work to do to get the first down. They've got a good chunk of ground to cover on 3rd and long from the 41. Taylor wants to throw it. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. Mississippi State will roll out the punt unit. Gets his first one of the day off. He was called on 4 times in last week's win. No chance for any kind of return there. They were all over him as soon as he caught the football. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
Well, give the defense credit on that one because they knew coming into this one that they were going to try to get this receiver the ball in a variety of ways. They were ready for the screen there, and they create a negative play.
To the air on 2nd down. Quickly out on the screen to the wide receiver. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
And getting suffocated right away. How about the DB? Just seeing that initially, pulling the trigger, getting to him, get him on the ground, get the tackle for a loss.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down. The Sooners will send out the punt unit. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Boots, his first of the day away, was called on 4 times in the victory last week. Wide open, and it's a foot race. Well, they finally stop him, but he found some running room on that return and really helps out his offense to start this drive. Here comes the Mississippi State offense, ready to attack. Off to a good start here and back to work now with a 7-3 lead. Running right, it's Bothwell. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball off.
You know, David, this is really what game managing is. Nice pickup on 2nd down to help them on the next play.
Yeah, and I think people look at that negative sometimes, finding a quarterback that's a game manager. No, use your brain. Set up good situations. I'm way more successful when I can keep those sticks at a more manageable situation, and I'm not as predictable on a 3rd down.
Looks as if they'll send out the field goal unit. Looks as if this will be a 51-yard attempt. Right down the boulevard. They're up by a touchdown here in the first.
And this guy has been a machine all season long. He is absolutely automatic. You know you're getting 3 points when this guy jogs on the field.
The Sooners will get things going on offense as they head onto the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it and to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. They'll run the RPO and throw it right.
Quarterbacks love the short passing game early in games because it really helps them get into a rhythm. So nice job by the offensive coordinator giving his quarterback an easy throw, something he can see, and something that he knows he can complete.
Running to the left. Could be an alley. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
And that's the 2nd time today, man. Like, you see, it looks like he's going in fast forward. He's got some jets, man. This guy can really, really move. This offense does such a nice job of finding creative ways to get him the football. And we've already seen it today. A couple of explosive plays, and they're going to continue to feature this young man.
They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the first down.
Well, you can afford to be a little bit late as a quarterback when you're throwing curl routes into zone coverage when you've got an arm like that. This dude's got a cannon.
They'll snap it from the 48 on 3rd and short. Looking for a man. It's Mateer. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
Well, defenses get excited when they see the quarterback in an empty backfield like that. They know, hey, I'm not going to have to beat a running back or a tight end to get there. If I get to him, I might have an opportunity to knock this thing loose, and that's exactly what happened for the defense.
Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Off the play fake. Under fire. And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down.
What a play by the defender that time, because he's matched up one-on-one man coverage against an outstanding wide receiver, and it's the defender who makes the play. Really, really good position. He was up to the challenge. Be interesting to see if this quarterback goes his way again.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down. So Mississippi State will have to punt this one away.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started, in their opponent territory. Now you're at 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
How about this? It's out of bounds inside the 10, and they're going to mark it right around the 5-yard line. What a great job there. This drive will start at the 6-yard line. From the gun, the running back looking for room. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And how about the timing of the linebacker on the blitz to get in the backfield and get the tackle for loss?
Is there anything better for a linebacker than to run on a blitz and nobody's home except the back?
Such a great feeling when the Moses parts the Red Sea and the hole opens up and you go fill it.
A lot of yardage in front of them. 1st and 10 from their own 19. Gives it on the option. And he's still running after the move. Got enough for the 1st. Maybe some room here. And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a 1st down.
And how about the running back, man? Rips off a big play. This offense creates some momentum, and what do? They keep their foot on the gas, right back on the football to try to keep this offense rolling.
Scanning the field, it's Mateer. Makes the catch.
In college football, you see this a ton now. And you use a quick passing game, basically as the running game. Get a few yards, get your offense ahead of the sticks, keeps it on pace for success.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. He makes the grab, and they'll move the chains, and a good way to wrap up the 1st quarter. As we head to the quarter break, Mississippi State has the lead. 1 period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. They'll move the wide receiver. Off the play fake on 1st down. Can't quite make the connection there. Might have led him a little too much.
This is going to be a key that we look at this entire game. How can this defense find ways to affect this quarterback and get pressure on him? Because they felt coming into the game, if they could do that, they could affect him and influence this passing game.
This time he's got it. And a big hit at the end, but it didn't stop him from getting the 1st down. And the Sooners moving quickly to the line. And another big play from a Sooner receiver. We've seen that before. Some places you might get grades like C, D, all A+ here.
And he grabbed it like a lamb and serving up busted chops like you've seen this offense do so many times in the past.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Trying play action. Looking for the end zone. Into the house. Touchdown Sooners. Extra point here will tie the game. I tell you, when this drive started, the defense thought they had them in a hole. Not anymore. What a performance.
And I really like the play calling by the offensive coordinator on that last drive. That was a nice mixture of running and throwing and getting different players involved. Really nice job, very poised in that play calling, and it showed up with the touchdown.
And he's not going to take the touchback. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Taylor wants to throw. Escapes the pressure going right. Recovered by the defense, and he's off.
Well, you got to know as a quarterback, when you're in an empty set, which means you have no running backs in the backfield with you, you got to be able to get rid of the football. And you're expecting pressure. The clock's going to go off in your head. Not a good job of keeping two hands on the football, and the defense able to knock it loose.
He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. Going to work on second down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Just going to keep it after the snap. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it first and goal. On the doorstep of cashing it in for the offense. And he's in! Touchdown, Oklahoma!
This guy just has a nose for the end zone, and you love his ability to find creases, use his speed in the open field, and go score. He's been really good for his offense early this year. That already his 5th rushing touchdown on the season.
On the run from inside his own 5. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he's stopped. Here comes the Bulldog offense back onto the field. As it turns out, the fumble on that last drive set up the touchdown, David.
And there's no bigger stat in football than turnovers. You turn the football over, they turn it into points. Jesse.
It's a fumble. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way. They were rolling with the option, and the quarterback kept it, but he couldn't hang on to the football.
I'm impressed with this defense. They are locked in and defending the option right now. Guys are playing assignment football, and they're just doing a great job with their eye discipline. They saw the QB pull that ball. They knew exactly who had it. They got to him and created the turn.
In defense, you have to have great eyes. You have to have good vision on the quarterback to be able to see it. You can tell he's throwing the football right now. Watch the defense react, come up, get the wide receiver on the ground. He goes nowhere.
They get him on the ground, but not before he drives it to the 10-yard line. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a first and goal. Looking to pass. It's Mateer. Makes a catch. He gets it in. Touchdown, Oklahoma. The offense did exactly what it needed to do, getting the ball in field position like that.
It's that killer mentality. You step on their throat, you keep your foot down. When you get opportunities like that, they are golden chances to put touchdowns on the board. The offense took care of business.
And he's going to try to return this one. Tackled at the 24 and almost breaks even with the yardage he would have gotten with a touchback. The Mississippi State offense headed back to the field to go to work. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
And watch the offensive line here. They all block run. Because they're blocking run, the quarterback decides, oh, I got a favorable matchup. He dumps it out to the right, makes the right read, gets a nice positive game.
They'll try to run for it. And he gets it right on the cusp, maybe a few pebbles short of a first down on that football. I see the closed fist from the ref. It'll be 4th down. In their own territory, no problem. 4th and inches, and they'll go for it. Has to get there to move the sticks. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on 4th down, and they keep the drive alive. That time they were in their own territory. That took some lower intestinal fortitude.
It definitely did. And listen, if that's what you're going to be, that's who you're going to be. You're going to be that kind of offense and be aggressive, then stick with who you are.
Makes the catch, and he's free. Knocked out of bounds after a good gain on that one. They'll spot it at the 43.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. They'll keep it on the ground. Crosses the 40, gets it down to the 35 before he stopped, a gain of 6. And after that run, there is a player still down on the field. 3rd and short here from the 35. Might take a shot here if this is 4-down territory. Across the 25, he's got room. Just across the 20 with a 1st down at the 19.
And, man, that's just something you don't want to see a lot of as a defense, man. You don't want that running back getting to the 2nd level where your defensive backs now have to make plays. Those guys are paid to cover. And, yes, they are paid to cover wide receivers.
Touchdown, Bulldogs! A great catch and run for 6. And the offense finds a way to cut into this lead, but they still have plenty of work to do.
They do, but that's a big score. You don't want to get late and start getting in the 2nd half where you're fighting to come back by so many points. So great job getting points, get that momentum back on your side so you can come out and do some good things when you get the ball next time.
Here come the Sooners ready to go on offense. They saw what happened on that last scoring drive and now probably feeling a little bit of heat to answer. They'll start on the ground with Xavier Robinson. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. We've reached the 2-minute timeout. We've got a tight one, and they'll try to build on the lead before going to the locker room.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened there.
Wants to throw. It's Mateer. Good job to toss that ball out of bounds and avoid the loss.
But we haven't seen this very much today. A quarterback missing on a pass. Of course, his offense is rolling right now. He's already thrown 2 TDs. He's in a very, very good rhythm. The defense needed a play like that to try to catch their breath and maybe gain some momentum.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Got his man on the right. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. Face mask penalty cost the D 15 yards and a 1st down. The offense will gladly take a fresh set of downs after the penalty. Looking to throw on 1st down. Trying to get behind the defense. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, he's linked up with his quarterback 4 times in this 1st half. Finally, they're not able to connect on that one. I think the defense has just had enough. I think they've said, you know what? You can throw it somewhere else, but you're not going to get it to that guy. We're going to have coverage helping out on that receiver.
Just a gain of 2, and now they're looking at 3rd and 8.
Nice completion, nice short gain. Now it sets up 3rd down. And wait a minute, 3rd down now becomes, we're going to go for it on 4th down anyway, so it really doesn't matter that much. Great job getting a little chunk. Now we get to go have some fun.
If you didn't have a headache before, you've got one on the way. The cowbell's ringing on this 3rd down in Starkville. Punts it out of the air. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. The Bulldogs will use their 1st timeout. And now everybody chiming in to figure out how to play this 4th down. The accuracy is perfect, the loft, the aim, like the perfect golf shot. And it looks as if this one's going to carry into the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Bulldog offense out to start the drive. What a good mix of plays, keeping that defense off balance last time, David.
And Reese, they don't know if it's run or if it's pass. They got them right where they want them. This defense doesn't know how to react from getting punched in the mouth on that last drive.
So in this next drive, David, I think you keep running the football because that sets up the play action, it sets up the RPO game, and then you keep this defense guessing.
Looking to the big tight end. Complete to the left. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down. The Bulldogs come to the line after the big connection and going back to work. With the catch, it's Cotton. Breaks into the open. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44. Mississippi State to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll give it to Fluff. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. Gets it down to the 33. They pick up the first down. Got to use their time wisely. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
My job is to make sure that ball comes loose, and I got to go through that guy, use my shoulder pad, drive my feet, really, really be physical, because if he bobbles it at all, or as soon as his hand gets to the ball, you can tell the difference when that body jerks forward and that ball starts to come loose and pop out.
Williams open on the right side, and he's ridden to the ground, but there's also a flag down. Let's check the call. Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Might be calling a hot route. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Several defenders there to get him on the ground. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. It'll be third and long. Handoff, Fluff Bothwell. Makes him past the marker. The chains will move, and they'll have 1st and 10 from inside the red zone at the 18. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Right down the boulevard. It's good. That'll bring him to within 4.
And he knocks another one through. And how about this kicker? Good way to start off your season, right? Like, what do you have at the spot? Sometimes you don't know. Can he make those kicks? Starting off, hasn't missed one yet. Been very dependable for this squad.
They'll come out and take a knee, and that should send us to halftime. No surprise. Looks as if they'll be content just to head to the locker room. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, kind of the unofficial halfway point of the season. Week 8 and another exciting update from the EA Sports Desk. We begin with a look in on Iowa State taking on the number 22 team, the Arizona Wildcats.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Holly, what did you find out coming out of halftime?
Checking in with Coach Venables at the half, he has really talked to his team at the half about how they are executing with this noise. On the road, trying to separate themselves and stay alive in college football playoff contention. They've got to be better at the line of scrimmage. He said our guys have to lock in, look each other in the eye, and make sure everyone understands their job here to start the third.
Holly, thank you. caught in the backfield. It's Harris. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Red pass, it's complete. Try to hit him with a quick game on first down, and nothing doing there.
They're trying to throw the screen out to the receiver. The defense, though, having none of that. They are just too physical, they're too fast, and they force a negative play.
Back to throw, it's Mateer. Complete. Caught, and he's close to a first down on the nice pickup there.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm there.
Wants to throw again. Good timing on the quick out. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down. And on that 3rd and short, I don't think he was unhappy to see that zone.
Nope, it was a great job by the offense. Hey, see where the holes in the zone are? Sit down. You only need a little bit of yards on this 3rd down. Get the conversion, move the sticks.
Gets him down at the 30 after a 15-yard pickup. They are threatening, and they have a first down.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. This offense had so much success in that first half, so in the 3rd quarter, they come out, and the quarterback looks like he's still dealing. This has been a really nice drive. That was a really nice throw. Just keep doing what you're doing if you're on offense.
And he's brought down after a nice gain. At the end of that play, there is a Sooner who is slow to get up. The Sooners have it with a 1st and 10. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. The Sooners are threatening on 1st and goal. They want to run this quarterback. Nothing doing. He is stopped short of the goal line. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? This is a designed run. Brought down short of the end zone, and that'll bring up 3rd and goal.
And listen, it's tough. It's a tough proposition. This is a top 10 defense against the run. You know they're physical. You know who they are. But you're not going to bat an eye. And you're going to challenge your guys, especially in the red zone, to be more physical, to be able to continue to run the football against a really good defense.
And they'll have to settle for a field goal try. A short kick, but that angle from the right can be a little tricky. He splits the uprights. That'll push this lead out to a touchdown at 27-20.
Well, the head coach decided to play it safe on 4th and inches and trot his field goal team out there, and his field goal kicker just made him look like a pretty smart guy.
Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Bulldogs offense is on the field, ready to get this drive cranked up. Their first possession of this 3rd quarter, still trailing. Defense did just force a field goal, and we'll see if they can grab some momentum with this drive. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. They'll give it to Fluff. And he was greeted by a host of defenders and barely gets it back to the line of scrimmage. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Quarterback making checks. Taylor wants to throw it. Unloads to the wideout. Finds space on the right. It's a game of first downs, and they've got one out to their own 37. This dude is just exceptional in every facet. So fluid, such a great route runner, and a big play there.
And money down, 3rd down, find him. I mean, you want to find that matchup because he's going to win, and gets a good release, gets down the field. You see that's your playmaker, that's your guy. Get it to him, get the first down.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. Looking to fire. Throws to the wideout. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
And there's an example of what happens when the quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit. And I think because of that, he wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted to be.
And how about that? What the doctor always ordered, an explosive play to the 40.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. At receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job there picking up the first down.
Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Here's a give to Bothwell. Now facing a third and long. Taylor wants to throw. Fires to the tight end. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's first down.
And it's on third downs like this, if you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
Got it into the red zone, dragged down at the 18-yard line. Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. Bluff Bothwell again. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
You know, you're in the red zone, you bring out a bunch of tight ends on the field. So the defense, they were expecting run on that one. They were physical, and they were able to force the negative play.
And the Bulldogs really need to keep this drive alive on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Right on the money. That'll be enough to give Mississippi State a fresh set of downs. This offense is feeling itself right now, and momentum's coming along with them. Handoff, Fluff Bothwell. Stopped at the 13-yard line as the drive continues. Officials are stopping the clock as there is still a Mississippi State player down on the field. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Back to pass. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown Bulldogs! Snagged in the end zone to give them 6. Setting up for the extra point and the tie.
And man, that was a nice job by the tight end, finding the soft spot in the defense in the end zone on that TD.
Well, you could draw a line in the middle and he would have hit that thing. From inside his own 15, looking for room. Tackled and brought down at the 23-yard line, so not a whole lot of room on that return. Plenty of time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Handoff from the gun. Defense makes the tackle, and that will probably be the final play of the third quarter. Midway point in the season, in games like this one can have a big impact on the rankings from week to week as we see upsets happen and favorites continuing to flex muscle. Quick release by the QB. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
Good job by the QB there, using his cadence, using his clapping, trying to get this defense offside.
That last one was just a crushing penalty for this defense. Here comes 2nd and 1. Here's a give to Robinson. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Yeah, you just feel like the running back's asking for redemption on that one. You know, second and short, and you're giving him the football. He can't get the first himself. Now it's third down. He's looking over on the sideline like, call it again, throw me the ball, I can go do this. It's never a good feeling for the running back in that situation.
He'll get it up to the 39 before he's run out of bounds, and this offense just patiently, methodically trying to do work. And the Sooners with the 1st and 10. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
How nice is it as a defense when you can drop 7 guys into coverage, only rush 4, and still get home? That makes you feel good if you're the D coordinator.
It's 2nd and long now as this defense has some energy after that last sack. He just got rid of that one to save the down, didn't see anything he liked. You know what they need, you know what they want, and you know what they deliver on 3rd down. More cowbell. To throw, it's Mateer. Rushes on him, and the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover.
Well, this is the point of the game in the 4th quarter where turnovers matter so much. The defense knows if they can just find a way to steal a possession, they're giving themselves an opportunity to win it, and they do it right there. Physical play, you see the speed, and they're able to create the TO.
Going left, Fluff Bothwell. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage. And they don't want to waste this great field position here on 3rd and long. He's looking downfield to throw. Escapes the pressure to his right. They got him, and down he goes, and what a huge sack that might have knocked him out of field goal range. So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. And it's good! They take the lead here in the 4th.
And 3 more on the board, and this kicker is starting to get a reputation starting off the season. Hasn't missed yet. Nice to have a guy that you can really, really depend on.
Here comes the Oklahoma offense. The #1 team in the land, on the road and being challenged and trying to save themselves late. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. The #1 team in the country, and if they're the best team, they'll have to prove it with a late drive on the road. Pressure coming. Got out of trouble and throws. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
Defense has the lead in the 2nd half. Expect to see a lot of zone coverage. It's going to be tight. It's going to be hard to fit these footballs in, especially when you're throwing in the middle of the field like they were right there as the ball falls incomplete.
Fires to the middle. Picked off. What a play to set him up. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And I tell you what, when defenses play zone, all eyes are on the quarterback. You have a zone to drop to, but you're setting on the quarterback, reading his eyes. Great job by the defense, understanding the ball was coming out, breaks on the football, goes and makes the INT.
Good hands in there by the defense to force the incompletion.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. So the offense accepts the roughing the passer penalty, and they get a new set of downs. This team unranked at the moment, but if they could pull off this top 10 upset, they might find themselves in the polls shortly. Max going for the goal line. Touchdown, Bulldogs! And they add 6 more more to the board with that trip to the house.
And that is a drive and a score they absolutely had to have. Now making it a two-possession game late in this one. It wasn't going to be enough to just play it safe, play it conservative, punt the ball away, and count on your defense. They were aggressive. They mixed it up, but getting that score, that is huge for their win probability now.
So here comes the Oklahoma offense. They're on the cusp of what would be an historic loss, falling as the #1 team in the country unless they can pull it together here in the final moments. And he avoids the hit and slides after the short gain. The Sooners are in the hurry-up. Looking downfield, it's Mateer. Moving away from pressure. And he tries to get away, but he cannot. He's taken down. He'll lose a couple. Now 3rd and long and trying to play catch-up in more ways than one after that earlier sack. From the gun, wants to pass. Complete along the sidelines, and that'll be good enough for the first down.
And even though they're trailing here in the fourth quarter, they've got a quarterback that can bring them back, but they need him now to play his A-plus level of football. We saw a nice completion on that last 3rd down. Let's see if he can keep it going.
They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43.
And maybe the big fella can jumpstart this offense a little bit. They got to get some points, and he's that big physical guy breaking some tackles.
He's got it inside the 30. Just carving up this defense and getting it down to the 24.
Well, you got to think here offensively that you may have 2 more possessions in this game. You can still win, but you've got to be aggressive. You got to start taking shots vertically down the field, throwing to your best players.
Got it in the middle. It's Harris. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. The Sooners with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Looking for a chunk play on 2nd and short. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. And the Sooners getting set on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Pocket breaking down. He's sacked. This defense all over him. This drive facing a little adversity now. A 10-yard loss leaves him with 2nd and 20. 2 minutes now left in this one, and time is running short if they want to find a way to pull this one out. Now facing 2nd and long after the defense came up with that sack. Back to pass, it's Mateer. Bringing the heat. He'll get rid of it. Working that left side. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Out of bounds after a big pickup on the play, just a couple of yards short of the goal line.
Hey, you know, the defense here in this situation with a huge lead, they've got to anticipate that this offense is going to be trying to throw the ball to the sideline, so they've got to work different coverages to try to force the quarterback to go over the middle.
And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line. They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Unleashes to the end zone. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big INT, finally the defense makes a play, and David, it looks like they just closed.
Taking it the other way. And he gets it to the 45-yard line, and that'll be a 1st down. Now a timeout called by the Sooners. That's their 1st. And they're really frustrated having to use that after giving up the 1st down. There's some room. Timeout, Oklahoma. That's their 2nd. They'll get together to decide how to play this 2nd down. They're in control. The clock is their friend. You'd have to expect another run here on 2nd and 6. He got penetration to make the stop in the backfield, and they gave back that 4 they just gained. It's 3rd and 10. The Sooners call timeout, and that's their last one. The brain trust getting thoughts together for this big 3rd down coming up. Strong play, quarterback keeps it. Stopped immediately. Might have gotten a little cute with that run on 3rd and long, and they got nothing to show for it. Mississippi State will roll out the punt unit. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. So Mississippi State will have to punt this one away. They'll look to pin him deep. He'll aim it toward the sideline to try to make it tough on the return team. And it looks as if there will be no return here as the punt goes out of bounds. Now the Oklahoma offense will go back to work. I know the situation looks bleak, but have we nothing if we don't have hope, David?
Amen. I mean, keep hope alive, pitch this pill around, use every second you got, make this game, Palmer, as close as you possibly can.
Crazier.
A lot of room to the right. And after the huge scramble, he slides and gets down. Terrific run to get out of trouble. These corners going to give them some space. And now they come up and spike it to stop the clock.
No gain on the play. Second down.
Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Back to pass, it's Mateer. He's taking a deep shot. It is incomplete, and now there are 4 seconds remaining. After this, it'll be a wrap. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day.